All right, so just for completeness, just to watch this go back to what it was before. All right, now it's a perfect pattern stack. The reason why we do the pattern in perfect fourths is because you never know where you're going to hit the warp. You know, I could start this 5 6. It doesn't have to start from this 5 6. It'd be 5 6 7 root 2, and then S2 S3L like that. Because now when I go into the next one from this root, when I go into this S3L there with the 2, I'm going to have to warp that over in this situation. But if I start that 5, I can start it from any 5. Now I'm finding a 5 that's comfortable for me to explain this to you, but it's going to be the same situation. If that 5 was an E, you know, it would be in the key of A, right? So this would be 5 6 5 6 7 root 2, and then we go into the 3 4. You have to warp it there. Okay, that's 5 6, and then 4 3 2 root, and there's the A right there. So the pattern stacks are in perfect fourths because you never know when you're going to hit the warp, the tuning warp, where you'll have to warp the pattern up just one, just like I showed you before. So let's start moving on to the next chart. And you know, I've got like 70 of these charts. You can talk about them anytime. So we can touch on all topics as we go along. We're only on chart 51 here. The one I'm working on today isn't finished, and I do need to do a little practicing on it so that I don't get confused. It just says modal scale start point recognition in stack patterns. These are best descriptions. They're not very good descriptions. All right, so what is this wired up thing? This is I don't like this. I don't like it. It's too hard to see, but you know, in this particular chart here, what it means is, are we hiding something? Yeah, there's a little rule. Start point recognition patterns. Okay, what it says is in the pattern stacks, there's this one stack that's really long, and I think we've had lessons on this before. Okay, where this pattern stack is, it starts on a 7 here and goes 3. This is it right here. This guy. Well, let's change the color here to like yellow, so we can. Yellow is kind of like a, you know, a universal. It's like a yeah, that's yellow, and I wanted the thickness. Now it's not giving me line width, or is it? Okay, a little thicker there. There we go. So this is the yellow's kind of like, you know, the well-known highlighter color. Doesn't mean our color. That is the color of my roots. Okay, I'm not talking about my natural hair color. So this is what this is. Okay, and what's the interesting thing about this pattern stack? All right, remember, this stack of 3 extra long is the middle part. It's the middle part of a 7L diagram that is put together, composed of, not composed by, that's a music term. Composed of is like a geometric thing. These two right here. These two guys right here. You put these together, one on top of the other, like this, and then like this, and then like this, and like this, and you get in the middle the S3XL. Now when we implement the X3XL into the regular pattern over here, the barred pattern that goes off to the left there, right? It goes off to the left here. And the problem is, if we start that pattern, if your capo or fret note is here, right? Even though it warps over with the warp like that, that works with C. But if you want to start that from 6, let's say, so say you want to consider the E the 6th. Well, E is the 6th of what? My piano timed out, so you ain't using me, I'm turning off. Okay. E is the 6th of G. Okay. So if you want to do the pattern from the 6th, all right, it would be like, we could choose a G shape there. In actuality, a C shape is what it's indicating. However, no, pentatonically it would be a G shape. So E is the 6th of G, so it'd be, okay, 5, 6, 5, 6, root 2. Then we want to go over to this. Okay, wait, let's try that one more time. We're going to start from the 6, okay? So E is the 6th of G. 6, root 2, 3, 5, 6, root 2. Okay, now it's going to warp over again. Well, guess what? It still fits. We still haven't broken the fret nut barrier. Now let's see what happens when we go to a 2. When we consider the E, your lowest E, the lowest note on your guitar. When we consider that E, the 2nd of D. Okay, so now we go to the 2. Well, we can't get that note, because if I put the fret nut here, if I put the fret nut there, guess what? That note's below the fret nut. So the pattern that we can use way up here, and we can get any note down here, so we do that, you know, if we want to start the 2nd, if we want to consider, oh, say in the key of G, we want to start on the A, and we go 2, 3, 5, 6, root 2. Notice I don't care what notes they are now. 2, 3, 5, 6, root 2. There's the 3rd. B is the 3rd of G. Okay, we get it on the cape. I call this the barred pattern stack. All right. Now you know what this is, right? This is this stack right here. So let me so we can zoom again without having the drawing tool, you know, not zoom with us. And so we make a pattern stack that has these S3XLs in it that allow us to go only to the right, which is, it's like that way, but I'm doing that backwards. So I don't like to point, it's not polite anyway, you know, and I have to do it backwards on the video. So when I say we're going to the right, it's like this, going over here. That's one way to do horizontal movement. But this stack we come up with here in this particular stack. Now look at this pattern stack. The 7 will go all the way up to the R here, but we don't have a 4 right above that 7. Okay, it doesn't seem to be arranged that way. That could be, you know, I could look into that further. But I can't see it right now without drawing some more of this pattern stack. We could do that. I mean, what's on top of this 7, R2,